We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames to see what is going on for the divine feminine, divine masculine. And tonight and tomorrow, we have a beautiful Pleiadian alignment with our moon. And this is powerful for any twin flames and what you have coming up or what you have coming up to heal during this time. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine side just to see what is going on, and we're going to do a nice reading for the divine masculine too. Remember, this is just a general collective reading, so only take what resonates for your specific situation. This is why I encourage you to do the one-on-one phone call reading or coaching sessions with me anytime you need them too. You can always do them. Okay, so I am an energy healer. I have a ton of healings, clearings, and activations on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. Always trying to get you to do more energy healing. This is going to help a ton with whatever's coming up for you during this time, making you feel a lot better and moving through things a lot faster. So we have a big focus with these Pleiadian energies. Oh, so real quick, if you do need me, book me on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. But we have a big focus on these energies with clearing karmic imprints that might be being triggered to the surface during this time. And when we deal with moon energy, it's a lot of hidden old emotions coming up, old memories that are being triggered through your twin flame experience. And the unconscious patterns are coming up huge during this time, the next couple of days. But these energies are amazing for helping you to clear old heart wounds, blocks, and heart chakra attachments. And specifically, this is a twin flame reading, so around or being triggered by your connection, you might have things coming up. This could be pain, old pain, unconscious emotions, old emotions, all sorts of things kind of surfacing with this. Just pay attention to, during this eclipse gateway or porthole that we're in between the two eclipses, of what you've been working on or working through this eclipse gateway, or what you've been having triggered to the surface, or what you're having come up, or what your lessons are. Now for divine feminine right now, you're being shown all of the ways that you've been putting yourself last. Like, not funny. Your twin flame is in some type of way showing you where you have a little bit more healing work to do and working on your self-work to do, we will say. So divine feminine, let's go ahead and start with a reading for your side of things. Law of attraction. You've been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will be yours soon. And then I tell people that a lot of what I find comes up for divine feminine side of things with the twin flame journey is you're manifesting all of this as you go. And so twin flame generally will show you ways that you're out of alignment and the negative thoughts, patterns, beliefs that you're still holding on to, because sometimes they've been manifesting into your life or even into your twin flame union, and you have to do that inner work with your thoughts, energy, and things like that. That this is requiring of you to fully shift into union. This is why I always say get help with the process. It's going to help you with your blind spots, showing you things. A lot of people think they can kind of think their way out of things, and sometimes it goes deeper to the energy level, or they might be working on issues and not seeing the real issues to be working through, or whatever's kind of going on or coming up. So energy work is going to help you so much with the unconscious or energy blocks, programs, patterns, imprints that you're holding, or even, things on the mental that you need to work on or work through to release. And so it helps so much with this process to let go of so much faster that needs to go, and on the energetic level too. So doing energy work is always a must, because otherwise we have things coming up that we're maybe not aware of, or affecting us on that energy level. Everything in the universe is energy. Everything that everything you're trying to attract, and everything you're setting into motion in your life as well too. This will really help you. So some ways that we can use energy healing, clearing out negative energy and negative blocks or things in the way, things not going your way, how you're feeling, all sorts of uses. Okay, love your shadow. Accept and work with the flaws in yourself so you can learn to accept others as they are. So this is shadow work coming up in a big way. Your twin flame is going to show you generally all the amazing pieces, and then the shadow will come up because they will reflect back your own energy, your own thoughts, what's going on within you. They bring up major shadow work. Most connections do, by the way. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge that, but there are serious karmic undertones that come with our connections. And this is why a lot of people avoid connection too. I see a lot of people avoiding connection. It's not funny, right? Because we have to do that deeper work and do that deeper shadow work. But we learn and we grow a lot quicker that way, right? So we're being guided to do this for the divine feminine shadow work that is either required to come into union or within your unions, because it can take you so deep and it brings such a transformative, positive energy for you, a change energy. And a lot of people may struggle with that depending on where they're at. But our relationships and connections always mirror back our level of consciousness and issues that we need to work on, patterns that we need to work on. So major shadow work is coming up. And this is what I love to do, is work with you guys to help you guys when I see the blocks and problems coming up. This could be blocks and problems. It could be things you're not aware of, or it could be ways that you have some things going on. So when people don't heal and they go into another connection, you're bringing all that baggage with you. You're bringing the same issues, same problems and baggage into different connections. So it's very important, especially this is a twin flame reading, to pause and to work on ourselves and do that level of inner work to release our own, we'll say, issues, baggage, patterns, negativity that we've been carrying around for so long that is triggered in our relationships. We think the relationship's the trigger, but they're triggering things on the energy level that we're still holding on to. Twin flame is, I don't want to say is generally going to encourage you to do that deeper level of work so that you can stay in this beautiful union, because it takes a lot to integrate those union energies fully in full union. And oftentimes it can take obviously a lot of healing work and a lot of doing the inner work, and maybe even you're going to need some time to move through the lessons that come specifically with your union. So every connection holds different karmic lessons that you're moving through. Now, generally I find with twin flame, maybe it has its own karmic lessons, but generally it's going to trigger the karmic lessons you've been working on your entire lifetime in some type of way, so that you can continue through. Now, twin flame, they're not going to do the work for you, but they will show you areas that you need to heal so that it helps you to release karmic energies that you're still holding on to, patterns, things you need to let go of, because this is what we do here as the spiritual work, as the work on our souls too. So this is triggering a lot to the surface. It may be triggering old wounds. It may be triggering issues you have yourself in relationships and things you need to heal, things you need to work on. And it's all about, becoming that better person within yourself, but also as a partner too. So it might be kind of triggering things that you need to heal. And so that's what shadow work is. Okay, we have boundaries. You need to teach people how to treat you by being clear on what you will or won't allow, having good boundaries. And this is something the divine feminine is learning. Boundaries are so important for your energy. Your energetic health is a reflection, or even your actual health is a reflection of your energy and where you're at with it. It is so important that we are saying no to the things that are not for us. This helps us to make better choices, but also to stay in our higher energy and higher alignment. You're being guided to clean up your energy. And this is what, if you guys have been through separation or in separation, this is the work you're doing in separation, to do your own solo work, I call it. In union, you're working together. In separation stages, you're doing solo work to really, really work on your energy. When we have too many connections, it can wreak havoc on our auric and our energy field and things like that. This is like really doing that work, that frequency work, that ascension work with this, having good boundaries. For some, some of you guys got too much boundaries, and you think you got boundaries, and you got blocks for days, and jokes aside, walls, and you won't let anyone in. I can always tell when I'm talking to people too, right? Like you guys don't let anyone in. It's hard to interact with, okay? And don't worry about interacting with me and other people. I mean your flame too, because it can be hard to be with someone like that when you won't let them in. It's like you got the castle and the moat around your heart chakra, and you're very hesitant to let anyone in. So maybe for some it's working on having healthy boundaries and not using boundaries as an excuse to wall or push out this person. We're talking about your DM, okay? And for some, you have very no boundaries, and you've been attracting very toxic connections. Maybe even when you have no boundaries, you attract more narcissistic partners in the past for your karmics, or you've had problems leaking your energy and overcompensating and overgiving, and you've ended up in one-sided connections and doing everything. So this is the two ends of the spectrum, right? So some are needing to let your DM in and I say get vulnerable, open up to them and let them in. They're trying to love you. Or for some, or sharing your love and not, being so hard to read with that. And then on the other spectrum, some of you guys are needing to practice boundaries because it's uncomfortable for you, and you're needing those boundaries to keep your energy good. And this is important. So we're learning all of the ways for Divine Feminine Collective right now, all the ways you need to take care of your own energy and your own self through this connection. It's showing you things about yourself and things on the energy level and things you need to heal. Okay, I've brought these cards with me, these Pleiadian cards. We have a big manifesting energy. We're in this Pleiadian gateway. It can help so much with setting you so far ahead. I've seen so many twin flames that were in separation have had many encounters where either twin flame DM came back in, or you've had interactions in the messaging and trying to work through issues, or, coming out of things. Very good shifts happen around eclipses, well, any of these gateways for twin flames, and kind of bringing them back into that reunion phase, or in union, moving and shifting to higher timelines together, because we have all that fated destiny energy. But we also have a lot of, with these two eclipses, because we're in the middle of them, with that first Pisces and the second Virgo eclipse, they touch the north and south node. Now eclipses do anyways, but I mean more strongly with these themes. So we have a lot of themes of destiny and karma coming up right now. And so I don't know why, but we're working towards the karmic part. This Pleiadian energy is amazing. I love it for helping you to clear out karma and karmic imprints that your twin flame may have triggered to the surface. They might be dislodging them. This could look like old memories, experiences, and things that you've had kind of going on that are coming up. Okay, some of you guys, so you have a lot of energies rising. You might feel emotional. You might be aware of that. You might have old healing coming up. Oftentimes twin flame can trigger deep purges, emotional upheaval, and even purging energy out and things coming up that in a very dramatic way. Oftentimes I've yet to meet twin flame that hasn't really gone through it in some type of way to get you to work on your healing more. Okay, so we have, some of you guys are having dream encounters with this person, and it's always a good sign. And so I always say pay attention, because the dreams are one way we kind of go through the veil and we can bring back a lot of information. This could be gifts. It's an amazing time to be doing dream work or astral travel work. Some of you guys are anyways, and you're getting messages and information that way. You're connecting with your twin flame. And this is one way. I work with so many twin flames and I hear amazing stories about it. This is one way, especially in separations, you guys are always anchored together and connecting. And so you guys are always finding each other in your dreams. And this is one sign that you know that you already know this is your person if you're here. But this is one way that will kind of confirm the connection. And you're getting information that way of like what's going on, the scenarios that are playing out, what that dream was about, what kind of message you got with it. There's so many deep layers of that. And so we have a lot coming up on the subconscious level with this moon energy, right? And integrating it. So it's bringing awareness. And we had that blood moon eclipse, moon energy, Pleiadian moon alignment today and tomorrow, moon energy. And so this is bringing up things that you're seeing things differently. You're seeing things with a higher awareness, and you're getting a lot of clarity coming up right now. So just trust that, okay? Magnetic attraction. There's such a strong connection with this person. You'll have a hard time staying away from them if you try, even if you try. And this can make it challenging whether people are, we call that avoiding, whether someone in the connection is avoiding and trying to stay away. Trust me, they can't. It makes it stronger with magnets, right? And we're talking like magnetic energy, or you're just trying to live life and you're really thinking about this person a lot, and you're having to deal with that, and kind of what's going on the internal level too. So we find that this is a very magnetic pull, that this indicates the soul contract at play, by the way. Even in separation, you guys are figuring out that's an illusion and you still have the soul contract and it's still playing out in however way it is. So when we have this energy pulls, this is because of the soul contract that's still at play. You guys still have a soul contract with this person. Even in separation, it's not over. It's not nearly complete at all or finished. Even in union, you guys have that kind of going on. So there's such a strong pull, especially when we're dealing with all of this galactic energy. It might be strengthening that too. So you're probably feeling their presence. Even with them, you're like feeling wanting to just hang around them a little bit more or do stuff with them. You might notice your twin flame wanting to spend more time with you, wanting to be around you. And this is a good thing, by the way. Okay, but Divine Feminine has something going on your side that you need to heal that might be delaying, throwing off union, or coming up in the union if you are in union. You still have a lot of emotional upheaval. You have blocks. You have some type of stuff going on that can bring you kind of this is my dramatic energy, right? It might be kind of getting your attention, the universe, with some of this stuff in maybe subtle or not so subtle ways through your situation. You still have things that you're healing. And everyone does, but you might be kind of having them come up during this time. This might be through this connection that I'm doing this read on with this person, you might have had a lot come up very fast. This might be an intense time in your life. This connection might be very intense for you. It might be like something you've never had to navigate, and it's like something you're having to move through. It might be some of the more powerful soul lessons that you're going through with this read I'm getting on it and what I'm seeing with it. So this is a powerful time. This connection is waking you up. It's meant to get your attention. It's meant to teach you certain things, and it's meant to show you things about yourself and your healing. Okay, so we have the World, and of course the Strength in reverse. So with the World, this is a karmic cycle that's playing out, okay? And I talked about at the beginning of the reading, and I think this is very important for today's energies, because Pleiadian energies specifically, and you might be feeling them if you're like a Taurus or Scorpio, a little extra. But anyways, with these Pleiadian energies, they are all about clearing karma, because that's what we do as starseeds, like literally to get out of it, right? So there's some type of cycle that is going on, or you've completed. And this is gonna, if you go back to all of your karmic lessons in your life, all your lessons you've had, this person has come in, your twin flame, you're carrying on those lessons now with this person, but you're not meant to reenact past karmic patterns and cycles on this person, or past pain or past hurt. You're meant to have learned from these lessons so you can get it right with this person. That was all practice. With the karmics, it's literally practice, so that you could fine tune yourself, work on yourself, and shift out of certain negative relationship patterns. Now with this person, it's still kind of, you have some karmic undertones that are coming up still from your past. This could be echoes from your past. It could be unfinished karma, unresolved baggage, patterns within yourself that this person is kind of triggering to the surface. It could be old stuff that's coming up. And then being mindful that you're meant to be, like I said, doing it better and not reenacting past karmic cycles. And so this is something with it. You're meant to be completing and wrapping up your karma while you're here on earth. This connection, while it may trigger old karmic pain, wounds, baggage, whatever you're holding on to, it most certainly will. You need to heal that. So it's healing past karma kind of card that's been re-triggered. You always think it's the person's reenacting it, but it's re-triggered because it was in your energy field, and our energy field is always broadcasting our physical reality and what will play out. It's something old that you still need to heal within your energy field from your past that's coming back up from this connection with your twin flame. So for this person watching this reading, pay attention to the themes that are being triggered or anything unresolved that's coming up within the union, okay? Okay, so we have Strength. And this is like, okay, this is in reverse. So this is like, this is something, you might feel that this is zapping your energy, your confidence, your power. This is your own internal emotions, and some people project that outside. You have to be careful not to project this on your twin flame, what is being triggered. Letting fear and anxiety get in the way. So this is where this person stirs up a lot within you, or the situation, what you've had come up in the situation. With the connection, it's triggered a lot of, whether this is relationship fears, worries, anxiety, stress. So basically it's triggered a lot of negative energies that could be affecting your energy levels. I hear some people say they have issues with how they're feeling and moving through some of these energies. So this is working on, for you also, healing your solar plexus, healing any fear, anxiety. This is also sacral energy. And for Divine Feminine, healing your sacral chakra, healing your relationship stuff. And this could be, you know, some twin flames are here to heal the old and shift into higher relationship templates and to activate them and to bring them online. But this requires shifting out of old 3D relationship templates, which they're very karmic, and to heal that and to activate higher templates. And you guys are here for the ones in union. Big reminder, And for the ones working on union, you're here to do this so that you can shift into a higher paradigm or template of love so that you can set an example for the rest of the planet, right? Of how to do that work. Some of you guys, you might be doing it alongside the, people doing it in the collective. You might be doing it first. So it's very important that you're healing yourself so that you can activate higher blueprints of union with this person. Even in union, the more you're doing a good job in that union, getting along, healing, love, harmony, oneness, you begin to shift into much higher timelines together and kind of level up. But there's a lot that comes up. It depends on you, your lessons, and what you got going on as to the process. Everyone will go through. Everyone is different. Okay, so let's do a reading for the Divine Masculine. Some of you are healing distance and separation. Okay, this isn't for everyone, but whoever's watching this, a message for you. You might be feeling far apart. Now, sometimes this could be like literally in union, the space between you, like between your worlds, bringing that into more oneness, soul merge kind of energy, or it could be actual because I have this separation distance. Some of you guys are healing that. It's what we're here to heal, the rift between the divine feminine, divine masculine, between ourselves and source. This is what we came here to heal, that spiritual, we call it the illusion energy, right? But we all experience it, but we're here to heal it, coming back together. So you most certainly did separate to come to earth with this person. And when you find them, you're meant to kind of heal that, okay? So there's some type of distance. You might be experiencing a separation, but it's necessary to help the relationship grow. And if any of you guys are experiencing that where you don't live with this person, maybe some of you guys are in union, but you don't live together, or you're in straight separation energy. And that's like a lot of times people come into union. Well, they think they come into union. They come into that beautiful, I call it love bubble phase with this person, and they are ripped into separation. Forces of the universe may separate you. It could just be the situation, many circumstances. It's in that space where powerful solo healing is meant to happen. But maybe some of you guys are just slow coming in union, or you're in union and you're still healing that separation, wounding and pain. Some of this could be from being apart, coming to earth, past lifetimes, everything in your system that keeps you in pain or out of alignment, many different situations for this. But some of you guys may have had to spend time apart and to really find yourselves and become responsible for your own energy and your own healing and working on yourself so that you can shift into a higher frequency. When both twin flames do that frequency work, you're going to meet in a much higher union and a much higher frequency too. So it requires both twin flames to do a certain level of work. It's what you signed up for. If you are a twin flame, to do that union work, I'll call it too. So maybe some of you guys have had to spend a little bit of time apart, or there's some distance in the connection. This could be like literal separation or living far apart, but it could be you guys were together and you're feeling a space between you, right? And like I have a lot of people say that, the other flame might be pulling back, or you might be pulling back. This can manifest, keyword manifest, in many different ways. Okay, this person's the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Yes, this is a romantic connection, obviously. A lot of people say it isn't. You're meant to meet this person, okay? You're going to have a knowing that this is your person. You're going to know, trust me, you know without a doubt, by the process twin flames go through, which is very, very different than karmics, okay? And so a lot of people are like, oh, there's different types of connections, and you need to understand that a lot of people, they may or may not know when they're with a karmic partner, but maybe some of them don't, so they can do their lessons. With twin flame, you're definitely made aware so that you can navigate this. Usually through direct downloads, direct knowing, tapping in, you're getting the message, someone told you, right? The universe is making sure that you know. So for this masculine, you might question things, and this just comes down to healing all that disbelief, fear, negativity, anxiety, whatever's clogging your system, because it needs to be triggered to the surface, because we hold a lot of programs, patterns, and beliefs and thoughts, and sometimes we do or we don't know that. And I love it, these Pleiadian energies, because things are starting to move. Things are moving in these Pleiadian energies, and they can give you a chance to, once again, it's great energy. If you guys want to check out, I have so much Pleiadian healings on my website, clearings, activations. It'll put you so far ahead working with the energies today. Yes, we want to be working with these energies. Okay, so Divine Masculine, you are working on betrayal, jealousy, control, and hopefully in the past, in your past relationship history, you can see a lot of things that were not very great, okay? Wounding, we call this. You've been through a lot of wounding. You've been through toxic connections in your past with karmics, or hopefully in the past. They've taught you a lot about the shadow of love, my favorite, like, okay, intense connections. And then this is an intense connection, but I mean in your past Akashic, you've had codependent connections. You've probably had narcissistic karmics, people that didn't treat you good, people that maybe walked all over you. Maybe you should have known you deserved a little bit better. And this is in the past. These are being re-triggered through fears that you're still holding in your system, that you're clearing out all this stuff, and hopefully it's buried way in the past. But you've been through a long path when it comes to relationships and the lessons that you've got for this twin flame specific connection. You're clearing out a lot of old energies that you probably hopefully forgot about, like, right? Of things that you've been through in your past, but they're still, it's kind of sitting there. Yeah, we've been imprinted by every experience we've ever had, positive and negative. Energy healing is going to help you. We could sit in therapy all day, and I don't think it'll reach some of those places. So energy healing is amazing for releasing negative imprints that we hold so that they're not being triggered to the surface through experiences that trigger us on the energy level, and we have these upheavals. So you're healing from stuff in your past that you've been through, but it's being re-triggered through this connection, which is very emotionally intense, hopefully in a good way. And this is the deepest connection you'll ever have for this divine masculine with this person. You feel them, you want them. There's chemistry, we'll just leave it at that there. But it also touches a lot of shadow aspects. This is a very, when I'm tapping in, this could be even like you guys have a lot of powerful astrology together that you've never seen, and you thought the past connections were deep, but these were your past connections were very past life karma, and getting certain lessons, and clearing karma. But with this person, it's transformation, it's spiritual awakening, it's deep healing. But you have a lot of deep astrology with this person, okay? And so it's going to go deep, this connection, or it is going deep. So this is kind of coming up, but it's also, because of the feeling was very deep already, it's triggering this old baggage. You might be seeing signs of that in your reality, your thoughts, or how you're feeling. Okay, so we have this porthole energy, and I love it. Okay, right here. We want to be working with these energies. In fact, you guys see I do a lot of work kind of posting what's going on, because I'm working with these energies in my everyday life, and it has transformed and changed my entire life in so many ways. So we want to be connecting with different energies for different things, and it'll help us so much, and help keep us in alignment too. And we're kind of flowing through. Life has so much more than a lot of people can even tap into and tune to. We're flowing through certain lessons here on earth, but it's really rewarding on the soul level and helping us upgrade ourselves on the spiritual soul level. So lots of powerful soul upgrades are coming in during these Pleiadian energies. As I was saying this morning, they're a total wake up energy. like congratulations, this eclipse was just a system alert test to see how awake the planet is. I saw that, right? Like, okay, to see how awake people are. Okay, yeah, we got some work to do, but this energy is here to wake us up more. Your twin flame is here to help to awaken you more, but sometimes it's kind of a rough process being ripped from our slumber and having the illusions uncovered, right? And things like that too. So this connection is awakening you. Make sure that you're learning about your own energy, raising your frequency, and working with these gateway energies. They can help bring so much healing to yourself and to your union, and just help you manifest so much with that union. Okay, so we have, you are opening up your heart chakra. I love this. Opening up your heart chakra. For this person, they might have Neptune energy going on, and this could be, I always think of like Pisces energy and things like that too, but it's also the mystical, it's the dreams, it's the intuition, it's an awakening happening. Your heart chakra is opening and activating. Keep working on your heart chakra. The more that you do, that you're going to be really tapping into amazing gifts and abilities. Our heart chakra is powerful in many different ways, especially our spiritual connection. Once again, I am seeing like dreams, visions, downloads, just tapping in, reading things good, seeing things clearly with this message, okay? But there's stuff coming up. We have my Seven of Swords. This is like total eclipse energy, things being revealed, things coming to the surface, needing to play your cards right, okay? like playing the hand that you've been dealt in life. And we can get so far ahead. I always compare that. I always say like, this could be for some getting a tarot reading, going to an oracle, going in a little bit deeper. So this is a really good time to get a personal one-on-one oracle or tarot reading for this person. You guys know that I do one-on-one, I just say phone calls. You can either get a reading or coaching one-on-one sessions, and it really, really will help you too. So for this, it's like tapping in and seeing what is going on. You might have a lot coming up lately. You might just wanting to reveal, see things on a deeper level, move through patterns, things coming up, get clarity on your situation. But, this will help you too to tap into your gifts and abilities more. So we have this King of Pentacles, and this is always my maybe you're doing really good financially, or you've been focusing a lot. I say on the material, the matrix, you have money coming to you, you're feeling secure, your hard work is paying off if you have your manifestations coming through. But what is more important with embodying these are archetypes. I'm obsessed with archetypes lately, okay? All of the tarot are archetypes. We start out as the Fool, and, we go into these archetypes. And same with a lot of the gods and goddesses. Okay, we're not going to go there, but they're archetypes. We attract archetypal energy throughout our entire life. Every person you've ever dated, every person you've attracted held a certain archetype. In fact, we might notice patterns of the people we attract and the archetypes at play in our reality, and that are attracted to our energy or within our lessons. And so you attract certain dynamics into your life, and we can call this archetypal energy, okay? So when we're dealing with the King of Pentacles, this is a very archetypal energy of the divine masculine, and it's nothing to do with money. It's about energy. It's, being grounded. Like divine masculine should be that protector, that grounding energy, loyal, stable provider, looking after the divine feminine and really healing whatever issues or wounds are going on with the divine masculine, so that you can step up and become motivated and become a better person that you're meant to be, right? And to really work on yourselves. A lot of people simply just have a lot of work to do on themselves to, really shift into their highest version of self, who they can be, really fulfill their whole higher potential. Twin flame is meant to motivate you there. A lot of people get stuck in painful cycles, or, I got it. Oh my God, get some help if you're just needing a shift, needing some help, because a lot of people stay kind of stuck in their own cycles. And most people, I always say, don't fully shift into their full potential, because sometimes we need a little help or healing with that. And that's okay. It's where people are at on the planet. But Twin Flame gives us an amazing opportunity to shift out of the lower patterns, the pain, and really shift into this higher energy. And it's going to take your divine feminine to help motivate you to do a higher level of work. Like you thought you were doing the work until this person comes along. Hopefully they will motivate you to, and this is for the masculines, be a better man, to really work on yourself, to heal any imbalances, any issues, any ways you don't feel good enough, adequate, ways you need to work on your life more. For some, this is purging out all of the negative habits and patterns, and it could be down to just things going on within yourself that you acknowledge you need to work on. And you wouldn't be able to do this without this, we'll say, woman holding that mirror up for you to show you more of like what's kind of going on within yourself. So the divine feminine, just as you do for her, holds up a powerful mirror, right? So you can see things more clearly through this connection, through this relationship, through the lessons of it, so that you can really, really work and level up, next level of your ascension and your awakening. And I see a lot of divine masculines and divine feminines get stuck, as you guys are doing great usually, until I always say the shadow work comes up, the patterns, the toxic habits, whatever it is that people run back into or have pop back up, because this is where the deepest level of work is. And you guys see each other clearly, and you're meant to be kind of helping each other through the process. However, we have to work on ourselves for ourselves. This union is meant to inspire you, meant to motivate you, and help to shift you into this higher energy. So this is just a total, like, who you're meant to become out of all of this too. This is a very grounding energy. It's a very powerful energy, and it's a very strong energy, not through the old ways, shifting into this, we'll say, new 5D way of being that we're all integrating back into out of the 3D, where the 3D just no longer is serving us, and we're meant to really, really shift into and embody this higher energy. So it's also about being that partner, obviously being that person for yourself, and allowing this to fuel you, to motivate you to do more work, but also in this connection so that you can be a better partner for your divine feminine and be that person that she deserves as well too. So it's also about, you know, having some work to do in certain areas so that you can shift into this higher archetypal energy. Okay, I'm going on that now. Have a beautiful day though. If you guys do need me, just book me on my website. I have so many nice, I know I have lots of nice healings up for the next couple of days, and then I'm going to redo my site again. And I've left up that old eclipse stuff because we're still in it, and then I'm going to put up the new eclipse stuff. So I know I still have all that stuff up. You can do anything on my website all of the time anyways. Take a flip through. Great time to get some healings though if you're needing it to process whatever's kind of coming up within these energies. Have a beautiful day. Use those Pleiadian energies.